Good evening. Good evening. Testing. 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 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me out there? Okay. Testing. Good evening, everyone. The Pleasantville School Board will come to order. Today is Tuesday, August the 12th, 2025. May we please stand for the flag salute, a moment of silence, and also remember that one of our employees of the city had lost a loved one, so please keep them in prayer. Ms. White? Thank you.
This is to advise those present at this August 12, 2025 regular board workshop action meeting of the Board of Pleasantville of the Board of Education of the City of Pleasantville and the County of Atlantic that notice was given on January the 9th, 2025 of the revised annual designation of the regular monthly board meetings as required by the provisions of Chapter 231 of the laws of 1975. Notice thereof has been distributed for publication in the press, posted in the administration building, and forwarded to the city clerk of the City of Pleasantville within the time required by said act.
Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto? Mr. Gibson? Ms. Akins? Ms. Mello? Ms. Pepe?
Present.
Ms. Silver?
Present.
Ms. Waters?
Here.
Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Present. We're good? Okay. Next, we have public comments. We ask you, when you come, can you please state your name, your address? Please be courteous and respectful. We're on agenda items only. First, we have Jonathan Diego.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the board,
Good
board
afternoon.
president, Superintendent Martinez. My name is Jonathan Diego, 129 South Main Street, Pleasantville. By way of background, again, born and raised in Pleasantville, product of North Main Street Elementary, the old high school on Franklin Boulevard, and I own and operate my business here in my hometown. I'm speaking specifically under facilities number 5.1. I believe there's an attachment, an addendum to that, dealing specifically with the Miss Puerto Rico and Miss Latina pageant, which I believe is scheduled to be held at this venue on Thursday. I'd respectfully request, as a grassroots leader in the Latino community in Atlantic County, I understand that the payment has already been made for the venue's utilization, but I think it would be prudent if the board considers waiving fees. I'm sure that there are various events that have occurred on school properties over the years where the fees have been waived, and especially for nonprofits, I think it's prudent that we actually allow the monies to be utilized for scholarships for these young ladies that are going to be in this pageant, as opposed to for the venue costs that are already paid for by the taxpayers. The other issue I wanted to address is number 4, transportation. I do support the transportation request or the application for the contract related to transportation for our children, and it's my understanding that we're not trying to outsource any transportation to other areas, but we're trying to supplement, and in fact, my understanding is we're actually purchasing 5 new buses for our district. So this is not a matter, this is not an issue of having our children be second. We're trying to make sure that we have the resources necessary to ensure that our children have access to whether it's the school, whether it's to activities after school or otherwise. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Diego. And Mr. Diego, you mentioned about the pageant.
Yes.
Is any of our children from the district going to be in the pageant?
That's a great question. It's my understanding there's a young lady from the middle school and a young lady from the high school that are going to be in this pageant. And respectfully, Pleasantville is the epicenter of the Latino community here in Atlantic County, actually along the Jersey Shore. Our school district is over 70% Latino. And if you go up and down Main Street, the vast majority of our businesses are owned and operated by Latinos. And I think it's long overdue that our school district and our city government embrace that and make sure that we're part of the fold. And we have various groups like El Pueblo Unido, who's also here, the leadership here. And we have a great coalition of grassroots leaders in the Latino community that really want to be, we want to be at the table. We don't want to be on the table. We want to be at the table and have a voice. And we appreciate the opportunity to do so.
Thank you so much. Next we have Ms. Mona Talley.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi. I was just here. I'm here to get clarification as to the scheduling for the kids this year, particularly your elementary kids.
Okay. Would you like to elaborate on that, Dr. Martinez? Yes, one moment, Ms. Talley.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In an effort to provide high school students with the opportunity to Can you hear me now? You got to raise the volume then. You ready? Okay. The question is about the student schedule. The proposed schedule for this next school year for elementary schools is that students' start time begin at 9 o'clock and that their dismissal time is at 3:10. And that is in an effort to really support having our high school students begin at 8 o'clock rather than 7:45, and our middle school students begin at 8:30. The dismissal for high school students would then be 2:50, and for the middle school students would be 3:20. And that would really address several things. Number one, it would really support our high school students in perhaps attending school on time and giving them an opportunity to begin their classes in a way that engages them much more productively. It also allows time between the middle and the high school. I believe it's a 30-minute window, so that on the campus there's less congestion, particularly the traffic that has incurred here in the past. It allows for ample time between students, high school students, and the elementary school students as well. There's time between the middle and elementary schools so that parents that may have more than one child are able to drop off. What we do know is that many of our pre-K students are taken to school by parents and actually are not using the bus transportation that has been provided. So we want to ensure that our students have an opportunity to attend school and be able to have breakfast, lunch, transition time that afford them the opportunity to be better engaged in student learning.
Okay. Thank you for that response. But when you made these changes, particularly for the elementary kids starting at 9 a.m., did you take into account the parents that have to be to work in the morning and can't afford before care or after care simply because they make too much to get child care network and they don't make enough to pay rent? So I'm concerned about those parents, particularly my family, who don't make enough to pay for before care or after care, and they have to be to work by 9 a.m. So when you was allowing the kids, when their time start was 8:50, I could drop them off at 8:50, hit the expressway, and make it to work by 9:06 every morning so that I'm not late and docked 15 minutes because every minute counts, because I need every minute, every dollar to pay my bills. So I'm just wondering if you guys took that into account when you made a decision to change the time to 9 o'clock. Did you think of the parents who work and they think we make too much for assistance, but we don't really make enough because we still can't live?
I think that's a great point. Actually, we did take it into account. You see, at 9 o'clock, it really means that instruction begins at 9 o'clock. And therefore, we should have, our district, the opportunity for students to be dropped off in a safe environment, be able to have breakfast, and be seated by 9 o'clock in their classroom, ready to learn. And so the answer is that we are providing opportunities for parents like yourself that need a little bit more time to drop off their child with support in the morning. And we have a recognized 21st century after-school program. It's recognized by the state. It's one of the best in the state of New Jersey, with after-care program. So we do have opportunities for parents that may need to drop off their child a little bit sooner.
So what would be the earliest I would be able to drop my children off? Because in the last 3 years, in the last 3 years, teachers weren't opening the door until the very last minute, and sometimes I had to knock on the door to let them know, like, it's 8:53, I got to get to work. So how do we account for that?
We'll have a schedule sent out to parents very clearly when they'll be able to drop off students. So if last year, I believe the elementary school started at 8:50?
Yes.
What time did you drop off, if I may ask?
Well, we couldn't get in the door until 8:50. Sometimes 8:51, 8:52. It depends on when they get to the door. So every minute counts, especially when my money is on the line.
I certainly agree. And so we're going to provide opportunities where parents are able to at least drop off students around 8:50.
So we're still going to be able to drop our children off at 8:50, and the teachers are going to be, and they're going to know this, and they're going to have the doors open for us, correct? And this is going to be at no cost to the parent.
There's no cost to the parents for the start of the school day. Our goal is that we want to maximize teaching and learning. We want all of our students to be seated and ready to learn on time. So we're going to do everything to work with parents to ensure that we have a safe place for student arrival and their dismissal.
Okay. So in the event, right, that this don't happen, what's our recourse then as parents? If it does not, if the teachers are not opening the doors at 8:50, so when I'm running to drop off my two babies at 8:50 in the morning so I could get to Atlantic City to work by 9, what happens in that point? What's my recourse?
My expectation is that our schools will be ready to receive our students and be able to provide a safe environment. So whenever students are, to answer your question briefly, if there's an issue, then I would expect the procedures of communicating with, first, the school principal to share your concern. And if that's not meeting your needs, then sure enough, my office will respond to your needs.
Thank you. So one last question. Contractually, are the teachers going to be required to be there? What time are the teachers required to be there contractually?
So the schedule for elementary schools, the staff start time would be 8:50. that is for receiving students, we're adding our planning time at the start of the school day as well. So
Okay.
that information is forthcoming, and it'll be very much available to staff and parents
I'm-
shortly.
Okay, so I'm just thinking logically. So 8:50, I could drop my kids off. The teachers come in at 8:50, so essentially myself and the teachers will all be running in the door together, but the teachers are supposed to be there to receive my kids at 8:50. Can you help me understand how that's going to be possible?
So we'll have a program ready for students that arrive sooner.
And that program is going to be ready to go first day of school or first week of school, maybe second week. Usually you guys start like aftercare the second week. So will this be in place and ready to go?
That's the
Because
plan.
you know what I mean? I need these answers. These are important for me because I have to figure it out. And I don't want to have to figure it out September the 1st when school is starting September, 6th, I think?
Understood. We'll have all of the information provided to parents within the next 7 days so that you're able to plan accordingly.
This don't sound confident, but if that's what you say, I'll wait it out, I guess, and give it an opportunity. But I can't imagine the teachers running in at the same time that me and my children are trying to run in. My expectation of a teacher, and I even said this when I sat on the school board, is that teachers are in the schools ready to go, not running in the door with me at the same time that I'm trying to drop my children off.
Thank you.
So I don't understand how, even sitting here talking it through with you now, you know what I mean? How this even makes sense that the teachers are going to be coming in at 8:50 and you just told me that I could drop my children off at 8:50 because I can't afford before care. And Pleasantville, as we know, is a low-income district, and most parents don't make enough to survive. We don't make enough to pay for child care, and I'm just one of those parents that don't qualify for Child Care Network. So I'm just trying to figure it out because it really does not make sense to me as a parent how me and the teachers are going to be coming in at the same time, and that teacher's ready to go with my child mentally, emotionally. They have already settled down from their they're traveling to school because they have to travel too, so they need time to, adjust themselves for the day to prepare for the kids to come in. I just don't see that it's even possible for them to be ready for my kids at 8:50, mentally or emotionally, and then be prepared to deal with whatever my kids come through the door with. And that's not just my kid. I'm sure that's the other thousands of kids that's going to be attending school here in Pleasantville.
We're working in partnership to provide a safe environment for the start of the school day and be able to start school on time for students.
I hear you,
So-
but I hear you, and I'm not here to argue. I just really need clarity, and I just want to make it known that it's going to be difficult for us to drop children off at 8:50 if the teachers are coming in at the same time.
The teachers are not coming in at the same time. They're planning.
Okay, so
Their
contractually,
planning time will start during the morning.
Okay.
That information is forthcoming, to be
so
exact.
who's going to be available? So the teachers
Miss-
won't be receiving the kids. So will it
So
be
we're
support
going to
staff?
provide,
Ms. Talley,
Will it be support staff?
yeah, Ms. Talley, Dr. Martinez will make sure she gives you a call and inform you. We have another meeting on the
Okay,
26th of this month, so we'll have more forthcoming information for you then, and I'll make sure she reaches out to you
Okay, so
personally.
this isn't finalized then, right? We can still talk this through.
you can call my office,
Yeah,
of course.
just give her a call in her office, Ms. Talley.
I
Okay?
sure will.
Thank you, Ms. Talley.
Yeah.
Next, we have Janiza Farah.
Good evening.
Good
I'm
evening.
Zaina Farrar. Hi, everyone. I just want to piggyback off of Mona as well because I am a parent who cannot afford childcare, but I'm making it on rent, and the start times, I have to get to work 9 o'clock. The start times are out of reach, honestly. And like you said, the teachers get there at 8:50. The children would arrive at 8:50. A lot of my problem that I had last year was preschool started at 8:55. elementary school started at 8:45. I go from 8:45 to drop my child off. It's raining, it's freezing cold. For the people that don't have transportation and can't sit in the car to wait to drop their children off, the teachers aren't opening the door exactly at 8:55. And if they are, it's exactly at 8:55, which is 10 minutes later than what we are dropping our other children off at. I understand, you want the high school students to excel and be successful this school year, but I don't feel like you're considering the smaller children as well with their schedules. Later start times, the brains, they don't. If we know earlier start times, waking the kids up, they get up at 7, they go learn, this is the best time for them to learn. You're pushing the times back. They can't consume all this knowledge in their head because the start times are much later. What about lunch? What about snacks? What about all these things throughout the day? What about that? I feel like 2 o'clock lunch, that they starting at 9 and we're getting a 2 o'clock lunch. That's 5 hours that you're trying to cram all this in their brain, and then you're feeding them at 2 o'clock. They get picked up at 4. That's insane to me, and it's not it just doesn't make sense, honestly. Also, the staffing, I feel like I've experienced, I have 4 kids in the district, and I feel like I've experienced from elementary school on up, actually let's count 5 because I have a niece as well, up to high school. Staffing is a problem. So to start later, the teachers, they can't even support themselves off the salaries they make, so they have to go to other jobs. So the kids will be getting lack of those teachers to go to other jobs to make up the money that they're missing. So it's just like either way, the kids are losing out. Nobody's considering the smaller children. They're only considering the older kids because it could be a lazy thing that they don't want to get up and come to school. What about truancy? We see a bunch of kids walking these streets in these neighborhoods, but truancy is not riding behind trying to get them in these cars and get them to school. I have children with IEPs who have to outsource to other schools as well, and this will affect them as well. Like, we're not being considerate of the children because we're just basing it off of Pleasantville High School. It's a safety concern as well, knowing that when the sun sets, when we're going into daylight saving times, it's a walking district. We got kids walking at all times of night at this point. Like, nobody's out here guarding the streets. We don't see nobody out here guarding these kids after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock when school's over. So these are all safety concerns. The kids can't learn. And then I also want to speak about the transportation. I kind of needed clarification for that as well. Are we outsourcing? Are we not? What is it? That was 3 minutes?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, to clear up the rumor, Pleasantville is not outsourcing transportation. We have 20 buses, and as Dr. Martinez said, or Ms. White said, we're also getting 5 new buses.
Okay.
So we're not outsourcing transportation, not at all. That is an untrue statement. And we do think of our kids first, and our kids are first.
Okay. I love that. Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Can I actually make one more concern? And
Yes,
I don't know
you
if
can.
this is on the
Yes, you
agenda.
can.
But going down Adams, because like I said, it is a walking district. I walk my kids every day to school, and I walk down Adams. The speed limit, we don't know what it is. Kids can get hit by these cars flying down the streets. We don't have crossing guards on any street down Adams, but at the corners of each. But it's a long street. And these cars are flying. I've seen multiple times kids are in the street trying to cross, and they're trying to get the cars, pew, pew, pew. It's just an unsafe environment. And I've contacted multiple people about it, and I still haven't heard anything.
You know what?
Even Judy Ward, I've went to the
Okay,
mayor.
you might want to, and this is, just contact city council, or maybe go to one of the city council meetings and kind of like address that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we have Mrs. Kathy Watson from the PEA.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So on behalf of the Pleasantville Education Association, which I'm the president of, we have 550 members. We surveyed them during the summer, which is usually nobody's going to respond during the summer, and we had over 400 responses of our educators expressing concern about the movement of the schedule. Because just like these parents here are expressing, our educators are parents as well, and we have a lot of issues picking up our kids after school and dropping our kids off as well. And once you have a happy group of employees, it's going to spread down to our children as well. So we would like to be more of a part of the conversation about making major changes which are proposed in our community, including the recent changes in the start times. We understand that the superintendent has our best interests of our students and our families at heart. However, we do have a lot of concerns, especially about the after school and the A2 contracts after school, and how are the students going to, where are the students going to go after the school is over, because the teachers aren't leaving until, the children are supposed to leave at 3:10. The educators aren't supposed to be finished their contract time until 3:30. So that's 20 minutes of unsupervised 4 o'clock. So that's a lot of time where the kids are not supervised. Where are they going to go? Who's going to watch them? What about all the after-school programs? The tutoring, the chess, the dance, excuse me. How are the teachers going to, we can't double dip. We can't be monitoring our children during our contract times and also teaching tutoring or teaching dance. We can't double dip. We can't be, having 2 contracts at the same time. So how are we going to transition from teachers' contract time is over and then your A2 contract for your chess club starts? Like, where are the children going to be? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? All right, I know the teachers do. So we do have a lot of concern about extracurricular activities, and if we can't start our extracurricular activity like our chess club or our tutoring until 4 o'clock, the kids aren't walking home until 5, because that's usually an hour. And like these ladies are saying, we care about our kids. So how are they going to get home walking in the dark? How are they going to get to home to eat, to get changed, to go to the Joker field, to do football and cheerleading? Most of our kids are in some after-school activity.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Martinez.
Ms. Watson,
Yes, ma'am.
I believe that I shared that the elementary time,
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
I believe that I shared that the elementary time student dismissal was 3:10, and that the teacher's planning time was moved to the beginning of the day. Therefore, student dismissal is at 3:10, and the teacher dismissal for elementary is 10 minutes after, just to ensure that there is a safe dismissal. Therefore, any time for after-school tutoring or any such other activities are possible. The district does provide transportation for our students, those that are participating in the aftercare program. So we want to work in partnership to make sure that we have a safe environment, but the dismissal that's being proposed is not that much different than last year.
The schedule hasn't been seen by everybody. It hasn't been on the agenda. It hasn't been, I don't know if it's been board approved, but we haven't seen it. I've seen some of it just because I'm the president. And so we need to know more about what's happening, because from what I have seen, it looks like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders have more than 4 hours from when they have breakfast until when they have lunch. The 5th graders look like they're having lunch at like 2:30. So that's way too long for the kids to go without food, even if they're having snacks.
So, Mrs. Watson, that schedule has not been shared. I believe I shared at a PEA meeting with you and several others that the student dismissals are very much close to what they were last year. For elementary, it is 3:10, and of course, we would not give lunch at 2:30. Therefore, I don't know where you're getting your information, but the elementary
saw a copy of it.
principals, let me finish. The elementary principals are working with a master schedule to ensure that we are accurate with the contract in terms of the teacher contact minutes that we are providing maximum of instructional time, and that we provide a safe lunch for every student. And this year, we're providing additional support so that teachers have a duty-free lunch, because we're adding personnel in noontime aides to be able to support, particularly in the elementary schools. So we want to make sure that our students have a great lunchtime, and that teachers have time for lunch as well, and that our students are supervised in a safe way. So we're providing additional staff to be able to do that. So the final schedule for the lunches for students is actually being done by principals. I don't expect any student to be eating lunch at an unreasonable time.
Thank you for that information.
Thank you, Mrs. Watson. I gave you a little bit more time. Thank you so much. Next, we have Mr. Pastor Page, former board president.
Yes, Jerome Page, former president of Board of Education, 17 years on the board. My questions is about the agenda. This is the last copy that I received, and you have more people come in. There is not enough copies for the people that are here. I would ask that you make sure we have plenty of copies. I know this is an unusual night because you have more people out, but my question is this. We have 8 board members that are present today, and I want to thank you for being present. But in your makeup, and I'm looking at the agenda, in 2022, I was president, and we put back the policy that says, do we create committees as a whole, or do we create committees separately? To the president, what is your committee structure right now?
I'll get back to you.
Okay, it's my understanding that you have standard committees. You have transportation committee, you have negotiation committee, you have curriculum, you have all these committees. I'm looking at the faces of the members here, and as board members, anything the superintendent comes in to recommend for change should come through the correct committee. Because once it comes through the committee, it's 3 board members on the committee. And that superintendent will sit in front of you, and all the questions that was asked tonight, you would already know it, or it would have to come out from the superintendent. There's questions asked tonight. We should have an agenda. We should have an agenda of what is the new procedure for the early kids coming to school and all this. We have responses from the superintendent, and she says she just hopes that everything goes the way it should go. But the problem is, you as board members, you must key in on every committee, and you must ask those questions that the parents keep calling you and telling you some things, and you got to bring it up in that committee. Because on the agenda tonight, it should be curriculum, chair of curriculum, what is your report? Chair of finance, what is your report? Because see, when you bring out your report, it's everything that the superintendent has brought to your attention. So any questions that's out here should not be any questions, because you are prepared, okay? I'm just saying, passport board president, 8 times, 17 years on the board. It has to be a procedure. Yes, the superintendent is the key person of the district. I got 3 seconds. But you are the overseer of what goes on in your school district.
Thank you, Mr. Page. Next, 1.6, the superintendent's report.
Hello, my name is Carrie Clark.
I'm sorry, we didn't have you on the list.
I placed my name on the list. I was told,
let me
and
see the
as I
list.
can read in this.
Wait, 1 second. Where's the list at?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ms. Clark, your name is not on the list.
My name is on the list.
Is her name on the list? Maybe I don't see it with my glasses. Oh, wait. Oh, you're on the second one, Carrie, Ms.
Okay.
Clark. Yeah, you're on the second part of the public comments.
Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome. No, not this part. You're not on this part. We're done with the agenda items only. We run
Okay,
through the
well-
agenda, and then we do for the general public. So
I
right
ca-
now, this part is closed. I'm so sorry.
I came to speak about these agenda items, and that's
Next,
how.
we have the superintendent's report. Where's security at? We have to move on and follow the rules of the agenda. There's no disrespect nowhere, but this, can you please, next is the superintendent's report. Next is the superintendent's report. Please, please be respectful. We have you on the list. Please be respectful. We're being respectful to you, so can you please be respectful to us? You're going to be heard, but you're not heard at this part of the session. Thank you so much. Dr. Martinez?
All right. For the superintendent's report, I am going to ask board members to please join, because it's difficult for you to read or see, and this report is essential for you. Once again, good evening, board members, community members, staff, and those that are online. This superintendent's report tonight is about the New Jersey Department of Education 2023 through 2024 school performance reports and the WIDA Access reports for English language learners. The New Jersey Department of Education provides yearly school performance reports data comparing the district, schools, and the state to meet federal guidelines. We use these reports to create an improvement plan for our schools and district. You can find information about the Pleasantville Public Schools by clicking the picture below and NJSCH000L NJSCHOOLDATA.org for other districts in New Jersey. The report includes information about school districts and their demographics, student growth and achievement, college and career readiness, graduation and post-secondary, school climate, staff information, and other accountability information. New information included in the school performance reports include more detailed information about chronic absenteeism, sealed by literacy, visual and performing arts, and graduation rates. In the last 3 years, the reports show that the district's student enrollment rose by about 175 students from 2021 through 2024, with an increase in English learners and student disabilities. New Jersey's plan for academic progress or student growth is measured by percentiles on statewide English language arts and mathematics assessments. The student growth percentile is used to measure student learning and to assist in developing school plans to improve student achievement. There is no state-reported student growth data for the 2021-2022 school year. However, compared to the statewide median in ELA and math, the district's student growth has remained consistent over the past 2 years. The school performance reports has information that measures student proficiency in English language arts, mathematics, and science. It also includes dynamic learning maps and alternate assessment for students with the most significant intellectual disabilities, as well as access, an assessment that measures the English language proficiency of English learners. The New Jersey Graduation Proficiency Assessment for students in grade 11, for the purpose of meeting the state graduation assessment requirement, is also available. The district's assessment results have been stable for the last 3 years, and student participation was the highest at almost 100% last year in both ELA and math. Our high school seniors are in a cohort learning community for graduation, which is used for state and federal reporting purposes. When a senior graduates by August 31st, a state-endorsed diploma is awarded to them because they met all graduation requirements. Last year, graduating students met requirements by either demonstrating proficiency on the New Jersey GPA, meeting the cut score on a substitute competency test, or by submitting a student portfolio appeal to the New Jersey Department of Education. The graduation rates for federal reporting and accountability have changed since 2021. Currently, the federal reporting of the 2024 graduation rates, students with disabilities who did not meet various requirements were exempted from the federal graduation count, but not their adjusted cohort. The changes in the federal reporting and accountability do not change how a student can earn a diploma in the state of New Jersey, regardless of disabilities. The district's state 4-year graduation rate for cohort 2024 was the highest in the last 3 years, which is 11.2% higher than 2023. The district federal 4-year graduation rate for cohort 2024 was within a 2% of the state's rate. Chronic absenteeism is defined as being absent for 10% or more of the days enrolled during the school year. A student who is not present for any reason, whether excused, unexcused, or for disciplinary action, is considered absent unless permitted by state statute or regulations. Research shows that absenteeism greatly impacts student academic performance. When compared to the statewide average, the district continues to exhibit a higher rate of chronic absenteeism, indicating an ongoing challenge that may impact student achievement outcomes. Last school year, an average rate of 45 students in the high school were chronically absent, compared to the 17.25 statewide average rate. In pre-kindergarten, there is little difference between the district and a state chronic absenteeism rate. The school performance reports demonstrate whether students have diverse teachers. Statewide, almost 82% of teachers are white, compared to 38.2% white students, 34% Hispanic students, 14.2% Black or African American students, and 13% students are listed other. The Pleasantville Public Schools District teacher-student demographic shows that almost 62% of the teachers are white, while almost 70% of the students are Hispanic, and 29% are Black or African American. In the 2023-2024 school year, there was an almost 10% increase in the number of 11th graders who opted for dual enrollment coursework. In fact, the Pleasantville Public Schools had the highest number of seniors graduating with an associate's degree in the Atlantic County and surpassed the statewide average. Additionally, last school year, the Pleasantville Public Schools exceeded the statewide average of seniors graduating with a seal of biliteracy. Moreover, the percentage of career and technical education concentrators are more than the statewide average. The district provides visual and performing arts for all students in grades K through 12. More than half of the students district-wide opt to participate in visual and performing arts coursework. Distinguishing itself from many other New Jersey districts, the Pleasantville Public Schools has consistently provided comprehensive early childhood education through both pre-kindergarten and kindergarten programs. The district provides smaller class size at a student-teacher ratio of 12 students to 1 teacher. Every school has a nurse, counselor, librarian, and other support staff. The WIDA Access and the WIDA Alternate Access are K-12 yearly summative assessments of students' English language abilities in listening, reading, writing, and speaking for students identified as multilingual learners. Within the district student demographics are the multilingual learners. In Pleasantville Public Schools, 26.3% of the students are multilingual learners. Last school year, out of a total student population of 3,902, there were 1,026 multilingual learners. Dentro de la demografía estudiantil del distrito se encuentran los estudiantes multilingües. En la escuela pública de Pleasantville, el 26.3% de los estudiantes son multilingües. El año escolar pasado, de una población estudiantil total de 3.902 estudiantes, había 1,026 estudiantes multilingües. The student population in the district is represented of at least 30 countries. La población estudiantil del distrito está representada por al menos 30 países. In the district schools, there are students whose home language is something other than English. However, the top 3 primary languages spoken at home are Spanish, English, and Creole. In elementary grades K through 5, most multilingual students enter the district in kindergarten go back one, please, where it says primary language. There we go. The next one. Thank you. In elementary grades K through 5, most multilingual students enter the district in kindergarten with minimal academic and social language. In grades 1st through 5th, multilingual students are mostly developing English language for social and academic skills. En los grados de primaria, desde kinder hasta quinto, la mayoría de los estudiantes multilingües ingresan al distrito en kinder con un lenguaje académico y social mínimo. En los grados de primero a quinto, los estudiantes multilingües están desarrollando principalmente el inglés para habilidades sociales y académicas. What is striking is that in grades 6 through 12, multilingual learners enter the school district with the minimal social and academic English proficiency. In grades 11 and 12, more than half of multilingual learners are at the entering level for English proficiency. 49% of middle school multilingual learners have been in the country for 2 years or less, as well as 60.4% of the multilingual learners in the high school. It is important to note that multilingual learners in Pleasantville exit the program with a WIDA score of 4.5 and often do not reach a level of 5 or 6. In the context of the New Jersey SLA assessment, multilingual learners in 6th through 12th grade are likely at a 4th or 5th grade reading level. Lo sorprendente es que de sexto a 12º grado, los estudiantes multilingües ingresan al distrito escolar con un dominio mínimo del inglés social y académico. Un 10º o 12º grado, más de la mitad de los estudiantes multilingües se encuentran en el nivel inicial de dominio del inglés. El 49% de estudiantes multilingües de secundaria llevan 2 años o menos en el país, al igual que 60.4% de los estudiantes multilingües de preparatoria. Es importante destacar que los estudiantes multilingües de Pleasantville terminan el programa con una puntuación WIDA de 4, 5 y a menudo no alcanzan el nivel 5 o 6. En el contexto de la evaluación del examen de New Jersey, es probable que los estudiantes multilingües de sexto a 12º grado tengan un nivel de lectura de 4º o 5º grado. The total number of multilingual learners that exited the ESL bilingual program in 2024 is 71. Good news. Good news, the next slide. Good news. In the 2023 through 2024 school year overall, district-wide, the Pleasantville Public Schools met the goal for progress toward English proficiency as well as the multilingual student population. The district and each student group met the accountability target for math growth. En el año escolar 2023 de 2024, las escuelas públicas de Pleasantville en general a nivel distrital cumplieron con la meta de progreso hacia el dominio del inglés, así como con la población estudiantil multilingüe. El distrito y cada grupo estudiantil cumplieron con la meta de responsabilidad en el desarrollo de matemáticas. Lastly, I would like to thank the members of the Board of Education for their continued support for the recommendations aimed at improving education for the students of Pleasantville Public Schools. Por último, me gustaría agradecer a los miembros de la Junta de Educación por su continuo apoyo a las recomendaciones destinadas a mejorar la educación de los estudiantes de las escuelas públicas de Pleasantville. Our school district will host 3 community partnership meetings, inviting staff, students, parents, and community members to collaborate in creating a strategic plan for district improvement. Nuestro distrito escolar organizará 3 reuniones de asociación comunitaria, invitando al personal estudiantes, padres y miembros de la comunidad a colaborar en la creación de un plan estratégico para la mejoría del distrito. And the dates are Tuesday, September 23rd from 6 to 8, martes 23 de septiembre de 6 a 8, Thursday, October 16th from 6 to 7:30, and Thursday, November 20th from 6 to 7:30. The flyers will be put on the website and will be shared throughout the community, and you are all welcome to participate in these meetings. Thank you. Thank you, Board. Oh, but you have to live in the district. Thank you so much. Board members, please resume. Thank you so much.
Next, may I have a motion to approve the does any board members have any questions about the superintendent's report? No questions? May I have a motion to approve 1.6, superintendent's report? Motion by Mrs. Alberto. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Silver. Questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins? Yes. Ms. Mello? Yes. Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Yes. Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, may I have a motion to approve the monthly fire and safety drill report? Motion by Mrs. Pepe. May I have a second? Second by Mrs. Akins. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto? Yes. Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello? Yes. Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, 1.8, Board President comments. I just wanted to let you know, once again, I said it during public comments, that we're not outsourcing transportation. Transportation will be in-house. We are purchasing 5 new buses. We have 20 buses, and I believe we have 3 vans or more. So just once again, we're not outsourcing transportation. Transportation isn't going anywhere. It is staying in the district. And we hired new bus drivers. And next, also to echo Dr. Martinez, the district strategic planning, we want you to come out and be a part of the plans that we have for the district for the next 5 years. So with that, we're going to go on to the board minutes. May I have a motion for, I'm going to do them separate because we have a couple of them here. May I have a motion for 2.1? Motion. Motion by Mr. Gibson. May I have a second? Oh, second by, oh, who motioned it? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Ms. Silver moved it. May I have a second? Oh, Ms. Pepe? Yes. Okay. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto? Yes. Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Yes. May I have a motion for 2.2, board minutes from June the 10th? Motion by Mrs. Akins. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Silver. Any questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, may I have a motion for 2.3, board minutes from June the 17th, 2025? Motion by Mr. Gibson. May I have a second? Second by Ms. Akins. Any questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
That was 2.4, right?
2.3.
Okay. Next, may I have a motion for 2.4, June the 24th meeting, 2025? Motion by Mrs. Pepe. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Akins. Any questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
I'm abstaining. I was not here for that day.
Ms. Pepe? Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, last one, 2.5, board minutes from July 1st, our board retreat. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Silver. May I have a second? Second by Ms. Pepe. Any questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto? Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
That wasn't for a retreat, was it?
No, you wasn't. You
Yeah, that was the retreat.
You wasn't at the retreat. It was.
This was from,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
that's-
this
that's
was
the
July
special board
1st meeting.
Yeah, that's the special board meeting.
That was the special board meeting. I stand corrected.
Yes.
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 Ms. Mello?
I'm abstaining. I was not here for that one.
Ms. Pepe? Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And you did change that to July 1st
July
meeting?
1st, yes.
Okay, great.
2.5.
Next, last one, may I have a motion for 2.6, the board minutes from July 15th, 2025. That was the retreat.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Silver, may I have a second? Second by Ms. Alberto. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto? Yes. Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Abstain, I wasn't here.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe? Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, finance. May I have a motion for 3.1 to 3.49? Motion by Mrs. Mello. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Alberto. Questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes, for everything but the legal fees.
Miss, you said everything except for the legal, which, all of them, or all of legal fees? Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Everything except 3.49, I will abstain.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King? Yes. Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, transportation. May I have a motion for 4.1 to 4.4? Motion by Mr. Gibson. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Silver. I'm sorry, Ms. Alberto. Ms. Silver. Any questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins? Ms. Mello? Ms. Pepe? Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters? Ms. King? Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, I have a question, but I want to see if we can find your facilities. You want facilities, I think, yeah, 5.1. Okay, sorry about that. Next, we have facilities. May I have a motion for 5.1 with the board to waive the fees for the pageant with no cost? Okay. Motion by Mrs. Mello. May I have a second? Second by Ms., sorry about that, Ms. Silver. Questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Per our committee, it was requested that we pull it. How is it on the agenda? We didn't.
Can you use the mic, Ms.
We-
Akins?
In our committee, we pulled that. How is it on the agenda? Because we didn't have a complete understanding. We pulled the facility report
One
with the
second.
fees.
One second, Ms. Akins.
Do you need an answer?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so
I'm sorry.
in committee, there was agreement on supporting this item on the agenda.
Who agreed?
Although I got an email from you, the chair, to request to remove the item.
Yes.
My
Who did the
understanding
agree- who
is
did
that the
agreement?
members of the committee are in support of this agenda item.
Okay, well, who was in the committee that agreed?
You're the chair,
I know, who agreed?
so the members of the committee,
Did you agree?
Mr. Gibson, did you agree?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Ms.
Well, I wasn't
Alberto?
aware of the agreement.
And I also agree.
So my understanding is that there was agreement.
Okay.
Any other questions, board? Yes, Mrs. King.
Can the board consider approving part of the cost for this event? The question I asked was, can the board approve partial? You can't hear me? Okay. I'm sorry. My question is, can the board approve partial of the costs for the use of the facility, as opposed to waiving all of it? I'm asking the board a question. Can we approve?
Yes, Ms. King. This event was also waived twice before in the past.
Oh, what?
Yes, it was waived twice before in the past.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
well, thank
so-
you for that.
Oh, you're welcome, Ms. King. No more questions?
No, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
There's a discrepancy on the times of the event. Is it for 3 hours or 5? Because on one sheet, you have from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And on the second, on the memo, you have from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Originally, it was stated it was going to be from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then the time was revised from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., so it's going to be 3 hours.
And you want us to give them a discount for the use of the facilities?
Yes, we're asking to waive the fees, Mrs. Waters, because they have had the pageant here twice before in the past, and the board has approved it, and they also waived the fees.
Why don't they give Pleasantville Rec Center a discount as well? Because those are the people in the community that use our facilities.
I don't think there's any cost to the rec center.
I don't think it's any cost to the rec
It says
center.
it says board costs. That means the
board costs.
It means the board is
Board
bearing the
costs.
cost.
Okay.
Right. And just to be transparent with that, we have waived some things for the rec center in the past.
Okay.
Yes, we work with them very closely, so we have
So
waived
both
some
of
of
them are 3
the,
hours long? Both
no,
of them?
but some of the things that the rec center has had, big events, we also waived their fees, just,
Okay.
for your information.
But can I add something to that? The rec center also, the city also allow the board, or the district to use their facilities without a cost too. So it is a partnership.
Well, unfortunately, we're not talking about this right now, we're just talking about the
But I'm saying,
pageant
because
of
you
what we're
mentioned the rec.
waiving.
So
Right.
you mentioned the rec, we're going to talk, that's
Right,
falls under the
but
city.
she wanted to know, so I just said we want to get a recommendation from the board to waive this event, because in the past, Pleasantville has had it twice, and it has waived it. Now, when we're talking about the rec, if we're talking about that specifically, if we're waiving something for that, then we'll talk about that, but right now, we're talking about the pageant. So
Well,
with
how many kids
so
for the
with-
district is in that pageant for Pleasantville?
2. Mr. Diego, in his public comments, I believe he's still here, 2 of our students are in this pageant.
So only 2? What about
Yes.
the rest of the,
Yes.
so why didn't they have that the rec? If it's only 2?
You would have to talk to the organizer of the person that organized this, why they decided to have this here again this year. I don't know.
I'm just
they
a little
they just chose Pleasantville
I'm just a
again,
little
but I don't know
confused because
why.
if it's a county thing, it says Atlantic County, then they should have it at a county school, like ACIT or something like that.
Listen,
That's my question.
they probably wanted to choose Pleasantville. You would have to really talk to the organizer and ask her why she wanted Pleasantville this year. I can't speak to that. I can only speak to the truth that I know, unfortunately. I'm so sorry.
All right. I vote
Okay.
no.
With that, any more questions? No more questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
We have a motion on the floor.
We already had the motion. Go ahead, Mrs. White.
Ms. Gibson?
Why is he
Mr. Gibson? Mrs. Mello made the first
Thank you.
motion, and Ms. Silver got the second, to waive the fees.
Right. Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto? Yes. Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
No.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe? Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
No.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, Human Resources. May I have a motion for 6.1 to 6.10? Human Resources? Motion? Don't all speak at once.
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Silver. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gibson. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
No.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe? Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, policy. May I have a motion for 7.1?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Gibson. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Silver. Questions, board? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, may I have a motion to go into executive session to discuss?
Motion?
Oh, we did, didn't we? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I missed curriculum and instruction. May I have a motion for 8.1 to 8.3, curriculum instructions? Motion. Motion by Mrs. Silver. Second by Ms. Pepe. Any questions, board?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at some of these fees
Which page?
on page 69.
Give me a second.
Some of these back-to-school fees, refreshments, $1,000. Is that considered reasonable when these others are 300, 350, 500? I thought we just did the manual where it says reasonable cost.
Last year, the back-to-school night at the middle school, actually, we had, if memory serves me right, about 700 parents attend. And so that was phenomenal. We want to continue, not to hope, but to have the expectation that we'll have 700 plus more. So I think that given the number of participants, we want to make sure that we have adequate refreshments. So I would think that that number is at least an approximate number for refreshments for that many people.
Well, it's why the different schools have different amounts then? So you're saying some schools are less?
I'm saying that the middle school has it has almost 1,000 students, and our largest elementary school has roughly 600.
Okay, well, you have Leeds Avenue at $1,000, and you have the high school at 500, and the other ones are 300.
Yeah, the high school, while we strive to have high participation, it's a struggle to get parents to come at large numbers. So we want to be able to provide refreshments in anticipation of those that will attend. The Leeds Avenue, that is a high cost of $1,000 for Leeds Avenue, but it has 600 students. And I will tell you, at Leeds, honest to God, every parent comes, and they come with family members. They have a full house all the time.
They do.
Oh, that's the Leeds community right there. Am I right? Leeds, they all come is a full house. Yes. So I strongly recommend that the refreshments be approved, because we want to be able to provide opportunities for our parents and our staff to participate in back-to-school night and have refreshments.
And also, Dr. Martinez, who comes up with these costs? The principals, correct? Oh, yeah, so, and also, Mrs. Akins, for your information, the principals, they kind of know, what they need to spend on that, and they come up with these costs. Okay. Any more questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, may I have a motion to go into executive session to...
Motion?
Wait a minute. To discuss student and personnel matters. May I have a motion? Motion by Mrs. Alberto. May I have a second by Mrs. Pepe. Any questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto? Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe? Ms. Silver? Ms. Waters?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
May I have a motion to come out of executive session? Motion by Mrs. Alberto.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Akins. Questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Go ahead. May I have a motion to approve the HIB report?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Silver.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gibson. Questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Your report. May I have a motion for legal fees? Go ahead.
For motion for the Board of Education to accept the recommendation of superintendent and hereby approves legal fees for employee 106107 in the amount of $3,654.22.
May I have a motion? Motion by Mrs. Pepe. Second? Second by Ms. Silver. Questions? No questions? Roll call, Ms. White.
Ms. Alberto?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Ms. Akins?
Yes.
Ms. Pepe?
Yes.
Ms. Silver?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Roel?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, public comments. General matters only. We want to let you know, 3 minutes only. Please come, be courteous, respectful, and state your name and your address. First, we have Ms. Kristen Rodriguez. Mr., I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Mr.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My full name is Cristian Moreno Rodriguez. 2 addresses here, 730 New Maple Road, Pleasantville, New Jersey. It's our family home. And then we also have 3203, which is in Atlantic City on Atlantic Avenue, the heart of our new community center space that our organization at Pueblo Unido is going to be opening up next month. I want to start off by saying en español, gracias, doctora, porque por primera vez en una reunión así sentí que alguien nos estaba hablando. Jamás en mi vida he escuchado a alguien dar información en español. Entonces, desde chiquito he ido a esas reuniones con mi mamá. Y ella, sin saber nada de inglés, quiso ir para apoyar. Entonces, la próxima vez voy a traer a mi mamá porque ya alguien está hablando directamente con ella en español. Entonces, desde mi corazón te doy las gracias y te doy el agradecimiento para eso.
Es mi placer.
And to the rest of the board, we're here specifically on point 8 of your norms of collaboration, pursuing advocacy and equity. And just like our community members that came out here tonight to speak on their issues, our Latino and our immigrant community is coming out to speak on our general issues as well. Because we have to ensure that we have full community representation from this point forward at every single meeting, at every single strategic planning meeting, at every single planning meeting, every single parent-teacher conference meeting from this point forward. And what Mr. Diego spoke on earlier, something as simple as approving with fees waived a Latino pageant has seemed to cause and stir so much debate. And it saddens us when we have to come out and respond when we hear claims of discrimination and we hear claims of anti-Latino and anti-immigrant sentiment being espoused behind the scenes with an event like this. And so that speaks to a much bigger issue. Because while you're in here debating something as simple as that, our community is being under attack in Pleasantville. Our organization at Pueblo Unido is one of the groups that's actively responding to threats of ICE enforcement, to threats of immigration in the city of Pleasantville. And we've verified ICE activity at 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning the last 6, 7 months. So my question is, what is the school district doing right now to implement the New Jersey Department of Education guidance that laid out in very specific details considerations with how we can protect immigrant students? And so I know some of your board members might be involved or might be aware of what's happening, but if you don't, then that means you're not on the ground, and that means you're not listening to the concerns of our immigrant community. And so I'm here to just propose collaboration. We'd love to have a follow-up meeting. We'd love to discuss this. The school year is starting, but it's never too late because things are going to get progressively worse. And when we have to respond to Abbey Lane, which is 1 block away from Washington Avenue School.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Then it's
Kristen.
unacceptable. Thank
Yes,
you. I
thank you
appreciate
so
your time. I'm a little disheartened that some other members of the community got way over 3 minutes, but when it comes to a brown person or a Latino person
No,
asking
you know
for their
what?
time, it just seems unfair. Thank you.
No, you're fine. And Mr. Christian Rodriguez, we're excited. I'm excited, at least, to have the pageant come in here. And we thought that, that we just asked to have the fees waived because you guys had it here twice. So I'm excited that it's coming here, and a lot of other board members are excited. So we thank you.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very
All right.
much. Thank
Thank
you very
you
much.
so much.
Have a great afternoon. Talk
You too.
soon.
Bye-bye. Next, we have Mrs. Kathy Watson. From the PEA.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We did have a meeting yesterday with the superintendent and her staff members, which was great. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. So we started a new a committee which should have been open, like it's in the contract, a liaison committee. So we're so excited to be able to have conversations back and forth so we can try to work together productively. Because again, we have our students' best interest at our hearts, of course we do. And just wanted to bring it to the attention of the board that we still have 12 open grievances. And a grievance, just like we showed you last year in June. Grievance is a lawsuit because it is against the contract. Like we are saying that our contract's being violated 12 different times. So I just wanted to make sure that you know that. And we are trying to have conversations to resolve these grievances before they go to arbitration and before the district has to spend thousands of dollars on each one. And there just seems to be an unwillingness to compromise on most of the grievances, such as transferring of our staff who are senior. Like our senior staff, it's in our contract that the senior staff don't get transferred, the less senior staff gets transferred. We have people who've been working for 30 years being transferred. That's all I really wanted to bring up to your attention, is that we would really like to have serious conversations about solving these grievances without spending the district's money. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Watson. Next we have, is it Terry Alabato?
Good evening, Board. My name's Terry Alabarda. I am a teacher at Leeds Avenue School. First of all, I wanted to thank all the board members. I know it's a very difficult job. I have volunteered on a local school board for a little over a year, and I want to thank you for the job you do. Sometimes, it's difficult. I signed up because, I was told that the elementary schools, the teachers would not be done until 3:55. And I promised some of my colleagues that couldn't come tonight that I would come and stand and talk on their behalf. First, on my behalf, I have doctor's appointments I have to get to, so I can stay well, and so we can be, all the other teachers feel the same way. So if it's ever thought about to have us in school till 4 o'clock again, it makes it difficult for us to get to our doctor's appointments so we can be well, and so that we can be present and that we can teach our children. None of us want to take a half day and have a substitute come in because our children aren't really learning the same if we're not there. So we need to stay well for the kids of Pleasantville. There's also a lot of talk from some of my colleagues that it's too late to sign up for childcare after school for their kids. So I had people panicking and talking to me, and they're like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't work here anymore if school gets done at 3:55 because my childcare is till 4. So I just wanted to bring up some of the things. I'm very happy to hear that we're going back to the old schedule. From what I heard, I don't know, okay, that was the look. So, well, if we're still thinking 3:55, there is going to be a lot of problems with my colleagues, and we need to be there for the kids of Pleasantville. So, and I know that some of the parents spoke up, and that we start school in about 3 weeks. So it's very late for people to really figure out where their child care is coming from at this point. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have Carrie Clark. Ms. Clark? Carrie Clark?
Hello. Thank you. I ask that my time not be started yet, just so I can communicate to you that I am a neurodivergent person. Speaking just in general is very difficult in order to organize my thoughts, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer in order to be clear. I also ask that the time not be started yet so that I can clarify on this question of what time exactly are we starting school. I think that's really rude as educators. I would just like to say, being that many parents here have a neurodivergent child who need IEPs or 504s, and I was one of those children. So now that I'm an adult, I think it's important that I communicate with people that I am communicating with in order so that they can understand how to communicate with me better. And I think it's not a polite or organized community thing to do, because we're here to support each other as well as children. And I think that's important to show children that you're supporting an adult. Hey, look, now we're a full minute in, so I really appreciate now that I don't get to explain to you my thoughts. So before we start my clock again, can we please clarify the question of...
We're not going to start the clock again. The clock started when you came up.
Because a minute and a half ago, I've explained to you that I think the answer to the question on what time the children are to start school is important before I can ask and make my statements. Because my statements could very well not be relevant at this time if it is that I'm understanding the wrong information. And the information that I'm receiving is that my child would not leave school until 3:45. So is that the case, that my child is not leaving Leeds Avenue until 3:45?
Go ahead and answer her, please, Dr. Martinez.
No, it's not.
Okay, so what time is it that my child would be leaving school?
The recommended time for students to be dismissed at an elementary school is 3:10.
And what time would my child be starting school?
9 o'clock.
So what part of the day is being cut from my child's school?
None.
Being that we're 10 minutes later than we were last year.
None of the time is being cut.
None of the time is being cut. So not part of recess or lunch or extracurriculars, out of specials or any of those things?
No.
So at 3:10, the children are going to be dismissed, and our main issue is that the children are not going to start school until 9 o'clock.
That would be your issue, yes.
I think that's the parents' issue across the board, because parents need to then pay in a poorly supported economic community across the board that they then need to pay for the aftercare.
Thank you so much.
It's rude and disrespectful
Thank you,
to not
Mrs.
think
Clark.
of the people in your community.
Next, we have Pastor Page, former President, Board of Ed member.
Yes, Board. I'm really disappointed. You know, a couple months ago, y'all passed a budget for over $126 million. And you run this meeting like it's a city hall meeting. This is a Board of Education meeting. And you're making decisions that affect our children and the staff. If there's one thing I'm asking from this whole board, is when you come to the meeting, stay at the meeting. 9 of you opened it up, it's only 7 you now. Listen, and the ones that are running again, I would ask you to come to every meeting, every sub-meeting, all that. Because it's our children that is going to pay for this. And I thank the gentlemen and the people that come up representing their people, okay? And I understand we have a Hispanic superintendent. But when we didn't have a Hispanic superintendent, we still needed you here. What I want to say is, I don't like the time, because you're making decisions that really affect the staff and the kids, and you're not listening. A lot of your job is to listen and read, okay? Board of Education meetings, it's on TV right now. Why don't we have the agenda on the screen or on the site when we see every item you vote on? The people that are home, they don't know what you're voting on. You came out of executive session. You never said that you're going into executive session to settle anything. You come out of executive session and you make a motion to approve some kind of expenditure for the attorneys. What case? What did you talk about? Did this end the case? Because you know, when you go into executive session, there comes a time when you end the case. You solve the case, but now that comes out to the public. And for so many years now, y'all settled so many cases, but you never come back and tell us why. Cases that you can win if you go to court. But no, you settle. The union is saying there's the grievances that should be answered by the board. Don't go to arbitration. Don't have an attorney get paid every time, maybe 30 days, we talk about the case, and then 2 years later you settle? Because that's what you're doing. You know you can't win cases, so you settle them 2 years later. That's wrong. And I'm telling you, every one of you, you took an oath, you live by the oath.
Thank
the
you,
oath
Mr.
is
Page.
you honor and you respect
Next, we
the
have
law.
Natalie.
Stop this time, yes.
Is there a Natalie in here? Natalie? Nobody? Next, we have Ms. Mona Talley.
So my first question before I get started is, for all of the elected board members, do you guys realize that you work for us, the taxpayers, here in the city of Pleasantville? Anybody can answer. It's just a yes or no question.
I know that.
Okay?
Yes, I know.
So, as taxpayers of the city of Pleasantville, and any municipality actually, we have a right to come to these public forums and express our interests, our likes, our dislikes, and what bothers us most, right? Without fear of retaliation, disrespect, ignored, or anything like that. So I'm appalled, being my first meeting in quite a few years, that this is the behaviors that are being exhibited by our current school board. But November 4th rolls around soon, right? And then June and November comes every year, and every year we have an election. So it's going to be up to the people to make a difference in all of that, because the level of disrespect that I'm seeing tonight is crazy. And the fact that the superintendent has very little eye contact with those that's coming to this mic is appalling as well. So I did want to come up here and talk about the instability throughout the school district over the years. People have been telling me about this for years, and I just stayed away, but I'm here today. So we're concerned about the kids' start times, right? And we want to change it because they learn better, according to your earlier statements. But did you know if they don't have a stable environment, that they're still not going to learn at the level that you think they're going to learn? Because they've been experiencing instability over the last 2 years, so to speak, as far as you've been in place, right? So what are we going to do about the instability throughout the school district? That's one. Two, I just found out that there's only limited slots for aftercare, so even if aftercare and before care, so even if I could afford it, I wouldn't be able to get my 5 grandkids in there anyway because there's no slots available, right? And then the reassignment, you took a full-time, experienced, full of years, Dr. Lapels Chapman, out of the high school to replace him with an interim that we're paying $650 a day, and he's part-time. What can he do for my kids part-time? I would expect a call so that we can have further dialogue, and we can schedule a meeting tonight before I leave. And Ms. Rowell, I'll invite you to that meeting as well. And Superintendent, I'll be waiting for your call.
Thank you, Mrs. Talley. Next, we have Ms. Leslie Fortune. Did she leave?
Good evening, Board.
Good evening.
I come here to speak on behalf of my parent. First and foremost, I would like to address the serious disconnect between the board members and the families. I mean, seriously, it just seems that, like, I've gone to Pleasantville schools, and it always just seems that we are an afterthought. Nobody thinks about us. We're always behind. Teachers talk down to us. And we can't even get a schedule. What's that about? All the other districts get a schedule. Look at Egg Harbor Township. I see my uncle. He has a schedule. He knows what he's going to do. He knows what time. He knows everything. I think we can all agree that nobody likes to be working in the dark. Everybody knows to be successful, you have to be ahead of the game. If you're not ahead of the game, how you going to win? It just doesn't make sense that even after all these years, I done graduated, went to college, got a degree, and got a job, and Pleasantville is still the same, an afterthought. Where's the care for that? And as a board members, it just feels like there's no liaison, there's no connection. It feels like they're saying no, 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 and I'm hearing you guys saying yes, 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 and there is no yes. You got people here who are paying taxes. My parents pay $8,000 a year in taxes. You've got this lady here who's saying she pays double taxes here. For them and for the child and the teacher to not have a schedule to work with, 3 weeks out of school, just make it make sense. We are now in August. September is next month. I've left and I've come back, and the Pleasantville is an afterthought. The kids, nothing. It doesn't make sense for people to be paying taxes and they cannot get a set schedule to be ahead of the game to push their kids further to success. You're not making any sense. I'm done.
Thank you, Leslie. Next is board comments. Wait.
Just so the public is aware, the resolution that dealt with the payment of attorney's fees was not a settlement of a case. It involved an employee who was the subject of some sort of prosecution. That case was dismissed, and pursuant to statute, the employee was entitled by law to reimbursement for that employee's attorney's fees. It was not a settlement. And lastly, regarding, I know the board president referenced this, regarding the 3-minute time period that is in your public comment section, that was created in 2006, that policy.
Thank you, Mr. Hamlin. Next, board comments. Mr. Gibson.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and I'm glad you all state your concerns, and glad to think about it. Thank you.
Ms. Akins.
I want to thank everyone that came out. I want to thank everyone who's watching. I just want to let everyone know I hear you. I'm listening. I can understand some of the things that you're talking about. I'm not dismissive to what you're saying. I am taking in consideration a lot of things. You guys hear things that may or may not be true. Heck, I don't even know sometimes of things that's going on because everything ain't shared with all board members. So I'm just going to say it, leave that as that is. But we are, well, excuse me, I am listening, and I appreciate you guys' comments, and, continue to come out. You guys have a good night.
Ms. Alberto.
I only want to say thank you for everyone taking time for be here tonight, listen to us. Thank you. I only want to say thank you for everybody taking time for be there here tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and kind.
Ms. Pepe.
Thank you, everyone, for coming and voice your concern. We are, as a board, hearing you guys. We are hearing your parents, and we are considering everything you guys have said. Again, thank you for coming out tonight.
Ms. Silver.
Thank everyone for coming out. It's a challenging time for us, as well as it is for you. But we do hear you. We're not ignoring you. We hear you. It took us a while to get to the point where we are as a Pleasantville district, to dig us, and we have to begin to dig ourselves out. So we ask that you be patient as this process continues, and thank you for coming out.
Ms. King.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
And thank you for attending tonight's meeting. And I concur with my fellow board members that we do consider you and what you do say, and our every action is for the betterment of the city of Pleasantville, its school district, and its students. We want this district to succeed, and I can attest that we have moved in a very positive direction under Dr. Martinez's leadership and her staff and the educators. And we think about what's in the best interest of this district when we do so. And in closing, I would just like to say that I think a prime example of the spirit that's in this district is this district summer program. They ended their program this year with a wonderful rendition of The Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. And the talents of the children was on display, and they did an excellent job. And the community did come out, and they supported them. So I do give kudos to the educators, the teachers, and the program staff, and the students for showing the district and the citizens of Pleasantville that Pleasantville School District is on the move. And this evening, Dr. Martinez's presentation about how we are progressing. And we do have challenges. Absenteeism is a challenge, is a problem, and it is a challenge. And that's something that this district is implementing programs and staff to address. So I think that we need to be hopeful And then we also, as we try to do on this board, is to work together. And that can only be done if we can be patient and also trust each other. So I just hope that the spirit that the children displayed during the summer program is carried throughout the year, and we learn to work together in unison and find ways that we can work together. Thank you for coming out.
Dr. Martinez, do you have anything?
I want to thank the Board of Education for its support and leadership and focus on student learning and to ensure that all students are being served. I also want to thank the staff for coming out and sharing their concerns, as well as parents. And we intend to work together on being responsive so that all students can meet success in our district.
Just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. And as my colleague said, we hear you. We're listening. We may not respond at that time, but we do hear you. And it's very difficult to sit up here because we have decisions that we have to make. Like I said in the beginning, or 3 years ago, when I first took the presidency seat. When you're a board member and you sit up here, it's a lot of decisions and tough decisions that we have to make and consider. But we don't make the decisions because we want to make them for ourselves, but we make the decisions for the district and for the children and what's best. And we're trying our best. Just want to thank everybody for the comments that they said. We also want to thank, not singling anyone out, but we'd like to thank Mr. Diego for coming out. And we're looking forward to the pageant that's coming. And we're going to strive to do the best we can to move the district forward. We have another meeting August the 26th at 6 o'clock. And we assure you that you guys will know your schedules before the start of school, and everything will be in order. So with that, just be a little bit patient, because as Ms. King said, we have made a lot of strides and gains. And it's been a long haul. And we can't change everything overnight. It takes time. And we try to be transparent with each board member here. We don't withhold information from any board member or anyone. We make sure everyone has that information. And everyone knows each other's phone numbers, and if they have a question. So if they have a question, they can either reach out to myself, or they can reach out to the superintendent if they don't understand something. So we strive on transparency. So we are transparent. And this is a position that we're not paid to do this. And yes, as a resident has said, you know, you vote for us to be here. You guys voted for some of us to be sitting up here now. So myself, I want to do the very best because I was born and raised here. My whole family went to school here. You know, my sisters and them, they graduated from here. So it's my passion, and I'm not trying to convince everyone here because I don't have to, because my actions speak for me. And you know, sometimes you get different ones that may put a false narrative out about a person, but I know that I'm here for the kids, and I believe everyone on this board here is for the kids. But, you know, just be a little bit patient with us. We're trying to do the best we can, and we're doing it what's best for the district. And as I always say, I thank you, I thank the staff for what you do and all you do, because without you guys here, we couldn't run the district. So, you know, I just want to thank the staff, too, for everything that they do, because each person here plays a major component in running the school, from the administrator down to the custodian. So everybody has their positions that they play. So with that, Also, we want to invite you guys, we have a district strategic planning for the next 5 years that we are planning to host in September. And we invite the residents of Pleasantville to come out and share in your concerns so we can help make that next 5-year plan a great plan. So we invite you out. And with that, we thank you for all your comments once again. And hopefully we get to see you again on August the 26th at 6 o'clock. And we hope, and I hope, and the board hopes that you have a great and a blessed week until we meet again. May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Silver. May I have a second? Second by Ms. Pepe. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Gibson. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Ms. King. This was a long one. Oh my gosh. I know. I know. Ms. Silver, I know you did. I'm like, jeez. Just when you think it's, you know. It's okay. Yeah. Yep. I said, I'm going away. I'm not coming back. I'm going on vacation. I ain't coming back. I'm actually going on vacation Thursday. Yeah, really. I'm extended. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, look. I got a few. So, look, see, they give me this job, and they know I forget, but I have it.
Thank you for clarifying.